Now, some enemies in the Mario universe are extremely annoying, and the lava bubble is one of them. But it has been around since the very beginning. So let's see how it changed over the years in terms of story, use, game design, and looks. Alright everybody, before we start this video, I just want to say that this upcoming Saturday, I'll be doing an 8-hour-long livestream for hitting 100k on YouTube. We will start at 8 PM CAT, and the link to the Twitch is on the screen right now and in the description down below. So be sure to follow me there, and be sure to be at the stream. It's going to be a lot of fun. Now, let's get to the video. The adventures of this little lava bubble began quite some time ago in the year 1985 with the first Super Mario Bros. Game. At the time they were called Potobos, and they would jump out of the lava in a simple pattern in an attempt to burn Mario whenever the plumber tried to jump over them. In this game, they are invincible, and not even a Starman can defeat them, and only appear in castles. Now these enemies were only there to make the castle levels harder. Those were the boss type stages after all. They added the lava bubble there as an extra obstacle that you had to deal with, since you can't really kill it. And I have to say, this enemy can be extremely annoying, since it can come out of nowhere and take you out in one hit. I have a real hatred for it. Now after this game, they released Super Mario Bros. 2. But this game was quite different from the first, and we didn't see the lava bubble in it. However, it did return in the game after that one, Super Mario Bros. 3, and things changed a bit here. For example, in World 5 Fortress 2, there are some lava bubbles that can stay suspended in the air for a short while when they jump out, and then they come back to the lava. This makes them even more annoying, since it makes timing more crucial. They are in your way for a longer time, and you also don't know which ones will stay in the air longer, making them more unpredictable. But lava bubbles can be defeated in this game. The Tanuki Suit statue mode, the hammer suit or a star will do the job. So while some can stay in the air longer, they did add a weakness to them to balance it out. So it isn't too difficult for the player. However, without one of the power-ups, you're still kinda sadly enough.
Mamma mia!
Now besides the lava bubble, they also made a variation on it that's quite different. The Hot Foot. They inhabit the candles of the fortresses, and their behavior is similar to Boo's. Hot Foot can only be defeated by throwing a hammer at it as Hammer Mario, or being invincible while touching it. So they're essentially walking lava bubbles with behavior similar to Boo's. So there's nothing very special about them. They're essentially the same as Boo's, but just textured differently. The only differences are the fact that they walk instead of float and come from candles. Don't get me wrong, they're still a threat, but they're just too similar to Boo's, which is kind of a shame. They could have at least given them some moves of their own, like jumping every once in a while. It's fitting for the type of enemy after all. Now after this, Nintendo released Super Mario World, and this marks the first time that they were referred to as lava bubbles, as can be seen in the player's guide for the game. It is also the first time lava bubbles are shown to have eyes. So clearly they started to work on the reputation and looks of the enemy. I'm not sure why they started to do this. It was a bit late to do so. But clearly, they wanted the lava bubble to be more memorable. And these design and name choices certainly help with that. They again appear in castle levels, where they act the same as in their previous appearances, simply jumping out of the lava in an attempt to burn Mario. However, zigzag lava bubbles are now found outside the lava at all times, bouncing around the rooms of castles. This behavior is similar to Boo Buddy snakes in ghost houses and the red fireballs found in the Mario Bros. Game. So they started to make more variations, which is quite logical. It's an easy way to create some variety. Besides that, they also put them in boss fights. So, by the looks of it, they mostly used them to make the game more difficult at certain points. And they certainly succeeded with this, since they can be quite a pain to avoid. However, it's a bit of a shame that all the variations are essentially rip-offs of others. Now, we also saw them in the other Super Mario World game with Yoshi in it, and here, they were overall the same. Only difference is that if Yoshi eats one, he can spit fire. However, they also put in a new variation, Lava Drops, which are small floating fireball-like enemies, seemingly resembling lava bubbles from other Mario games. They move either up and down or left and right, and can't be destroyed with regular attacks. As a result, you have to avoid them completely. Yet again, an obstacle. They seem to mostly use the enemy for that. Something that requires timing and patience to get past. But at least, this variation was original. At this point, they were completely made for a 2D environment. They were perfect for this setting. But the world of Mario was changing. Nintendo wanted to turn it all from a 2D space into a 3D one, and so Super Mario 64 was born. But this meant that things had to change. In this new 3D Mario, lava bubbles are rare, only appearing in Lethal Lava Land. They jump out of the lava horizontally and bounce on the bridges. Then they come back to the lava. They are indestructible, and if Mario touches one, it causes him to uncontrollably run and lose 3 wedges of health, like all other fiery enemies or obstacles. So some things changed here to make it function in 3D. They changed a lot of other enemies as well, since you can now go around stuff. And that's the entire problem. In order to make the lava bubble work, they had to put them in certain situations. Places where the player couldn't do a whole lot to avoid them, since in huge open areas, they would be quite easy to dodge. And to make it even harder, they made Mario run around like a madman. This is especially hard to control on small platforms, since Mario can easily run into the lava and die. So the approach mostly changed. The lava bubbles still function the same, but they are only used in specific settings and have an added effect. And even Bowser uses them. He spits some blue fireballs that turn into lava bubbles, which immediately bounce towards Mario. So they found a good use for the enemy, and this can't be said about everyone. Now after this, the Mario games kind of split into two. One side, which is the new HD 2D Marios, and the others, which are all the new 3D Marios. Let's start with taking a look at the 2D ones. Here, not a lot changed. There were some minor things here and there. For example, the fact that they could jump in different patterns. But besides that, they're still found in the same place and look a lot like the ones from Super Mario World, which is a bit sad. They could have made more variations. But overall, they didn't do a whole lot of new things with the more recent 2D Mario games. However, in the 3D games, they did more with them. But still, not a whole lot. There was an interesting variation though. A blue one appears in Super Mario Galaxy, and it was originally seen in a spin-off game named Super Princess Peach. They resemble little birds, but are fiery instead of icy, and the only way to defeat them is to shoot star bits at them, which is quite easy. They are seen mostly in boss fights, and are only a different color and easier to take out. A bit weird that they added these. I don't really get why they put it in the game. It's not really different from the original one. And in all the other 3D Mario games, they didn't do anything new with them. Nothing at all. But we have seen quite some footage of the new Super Mario Odyssey that's coming for the Nintendo Switch. And here, they make a return. As many of you know, in this game, Mario can take over common enemies, like Goombas, Chain Chomps, and way more. And we have even seen that Mario can take control of lava bubbles and can do some really interesting things with them. For example, Mario can use its jump power in combination with some sort of cannon to get around. Now we haven't seen all the features yet, but I think you can also use the lava bubble to get past lava pools. They could easily put this in the game and it would still be a challenge. You have to hit the enemy with the cap, and they jump out after all, so it requires some good timing. But we will just have to wait and see what they do with it. However, it's certainly a cool feature. So this little blob of lava went through quite a number of changes, especially in the beginning. But in more modern games, it got almost no attention, sadly enough. Oh well. Hey everybody, be sure to check out my Twitch, Twitter, Instagram, and Discord server. We do all kinds of fun stuff there, like livestream and talking voice chats. So be sure to check it out. Thanks for watching everybody, I hope you enjoyed. If you want to watch more videos, click the annotations on the screen right now, and don't forget to subscribe, because there's way more coming.